big part of the show. We're on in 10 seconds, so get ready to have a good time.
Hi, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelts, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
All right, welcome. You heard the Puerto Rican doorbell, the War of the World's horns, and that means we are almost wheels up. I have to kick the tires. There they are. Let's light them up, Ryan. And then one more sequence has to happen on Fridays for this thing to get going. Leslie is going to remove, she removed the cat from her lap.
He's right there.
And the condom from that wine bottle. How are you?
And that's it. So PP Santa is gone until next winter. So we're back to what seems like a pretty buoyant condom on this one.
Okay, we'll find out in just about 3, 2. Wow.
Oh,
I didn't even see that.
Nice, it went straight up and back down again, and now it's a cat toy. Okay. Nobody can't have that.
Well, here we are. Cheers, everybody. And we got a good one for you tonight. I think you're going to be happy with our guest tonight. I know I am, because we visited with him before, and he's always fun to talk to because he's got a very meaty resume.
Getting meatier by the minute.
And we're going to tap into the latest meat that he's put on that bone. So how was your day? Everything good?
Really good. Got some physical activity out in the snow today. Didn't fire up the blower. Just not enough snow for the blower. Felt kind of silly, so I got out there with a shovel. You
got that blower last year. You used it, I believe, once last season, and this year you've got your money out of it, right?
3 times at least, and it fires up the first time every time. I gotta say that electric start, because I just don't have here for all this gunnage that I'm showing off. How do people use pull starts? I cannot start a lawnmower. I cannot start the snow blower without the automatic start. And
why not? I mean, that's why most cars are automatic.
We've 2026, exactly.
That's the way to go. All right, we got a lot of people that have checked in, and we always put Keely-Ann up. Blah, blah, Schnauzer, blah, blah, weather, blah, blah, bears. I guess I have the winter blahs.
You are not alone.
All right, and we've got a lot of the regulars checking in. Please like and subscribe. Can you do that, please, for us? That really helps this a lot. Like and subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed to the premium shows that are twice a week, go to GarryMeier.supercast.com. On Monday, I'm adding a new feature. This is available to everybody. I'm going to be doing editorials that we'll post on Mondays called the Meier Minute. So if you'd like to check those out, that starts on Monday. All right?
Oddly, he's going to do it as Andy Rooney. I don't know what prompted you.
I don't know why. I've told the Andy Rooney story. Let me tell it very quickly once again.
It's a good one.
We're in New York, the family, we're celebrating something with relatives there. We're at a restaurant, and Andy Rooney is there, and he's leaving the restaurant. He's walking through the restaurant, and the mother of a relative sees him and yells out, "God bless you, Andy Rooney." And he looks at her and he says, "I'm an atheist," and just kept walking. It was classic.
What a warm fuzzy. Isn't that just the best?
Andy? What a moment. So now we are going to talk to Jim Belushi here. And Jim, why don't we bring Jim up? Because I want to share, I don't know if you were on about a year ago, Jim, and I don't know if we shared this story of the vortex you and I had many years ago. So let me roll it out. Are you looking at your tickets for Sunday's Bears game?
I think he still is.
Because right before we went on, Jim goes, I got tickets, but I haven't opened up the email yet. And we were trying to figure out how much he paid, because I'm kind of curious. And if he's going to be sitting outside, we found out he's not going to be sitting outside. He's going to be in a suite. What are you looking at, Jim?
He's totally disconnected. Let's.
Jim.
Whose phone is ringing? Is that his? Yours? Who's got the lamb? Jim.
Jim?
Hi, buddy.
Am I not hearing you guys? Or
I guess.
Oh, apparently not.
are we on?
Yes.
I don't
you-
hear you.
Oh no.
Ryan?
Oh my God! Have you been
I-
talking all
I-
this time?
Yes.
Ah,
We were watching you.
Just a little.
What?
We were watching
Did
you.
my phone
I
do
thought you were.
something?
Can you hear
When I
us?
was
Yeah.
playing with the Bears
Can you hear us
tickets?
now?
Can you hear
Can
us?
you hear us
Let me
now?
close some stuff here.
I'll bring him back, but I don't necessarily want to do that. It's probably
Right.
We just had each other.
I know. We were just talking
know.
because you said I just saw.
Well, I
the
can
email.
read your sign language. It's pretty good.
Okay. He can't hear us though,
Love
right,
you.
Ryan?
no.
I
no.
love you.
All right.
Turn,
All right.
turn.
What should we do, Ryan? We got a little smoke in the cockpit there, and it's not from his cigar.
There we go.
All right.
So I'll have
We
him
were
come
just
back
talking for 10 minutes before.
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
So we'll have him reactivate.
Well, he's pretty activated already.
I thought, wow, how dull am I at the beginning of the show? The man doesn't even want to pay attention to me.
And he seems so, friendly and,
Yeah,
and
I mean, we had-
interactive prior
We had a
to.
robust conversation just a few minutes ago.
Something
But
got
people
transferred
can
over his
turn like
phone
that.
or what? Because he,
Yeah.
I don't.
We spent 5 minutes getting the lighting right with him, and everything
He's
went
looking good. He's
hunky
sounding
dunky.
good.
And then can't hear you. Okay.
I'm sorry. Well, he, for as little as
Back
we know
in.
about where he's going to be at Soldiers
There he is.
Field,
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
it's better than anything
now you
we
can
there
hear
you
us.
go.
talked about.
oh, but then I lost all my setup.
Oh no!
What do you mean?
Well, we did that whole camera thing, remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
it is.
All right, here we go. Starting now. Okay. Right before we went on, you were looking at the email that said you procured tickets for Sunday's Bears-Rams game. And I said,
Yeah.
are you sitting outside? And you said, well, I've done that before. It's just when my feet get cold, that's not pleasant. But you found out you're in a suite. I think you're going to be on camera Sunday because they like to show you celebs.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't care about that. All I care about is the goddamn Bears winning.
Okay.
You know, I want to go to San Francisco.
All right. All right.
Come on.
Well, one game at a time.
One
And
game at a time.
aren't you excited because it's going to be frigid that you're inside?
Well, I'm a Chicago guy. I grew up in the
I know,
winters.
but okay.
I've sat in Soldier Field, so many times in the cold,
All right.
long johns, scarves, hats, gloves, double socks, boots,
Okay.
and still your feet get cold.
There you go. All right. Let me, as I was saying, where you couldn't hear me, we shared a vortex many years ago, and I want to tell everybody about it because it was really odd. You were
Odd?
on, okay, listen to this. You might remember it. And the fact that you're smoking a cigar kind of ties in. Many years ago, you were on Letterman, the Late Late Show of Letterman on NBC, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I heard you were going to be on, I stayed up to watch because I want to see what my Jim's going to do with his panel on Letterman. And I did, and you were very entertaining, and you lit up a stogie on the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do the show. The next morning, I pick up my aunt in downtown Chicago to take her to my mother's, their sisters, because my aunt didn't drive. So I pick her up, and we're a few blocks from her apartment, and I come to a stop sign. You are walking across the street in front of my car at that moment the next morning. So I roll the window down and I go, Jim, I just saw you on Letterman last night. You said, yeah, I flew back to Chicago right after the show because you had to do something. And I'm thinking, what are the chances? Because I made a point of staying up to see. And you walked by my car the next morning. You were in New York the night before.
Garry, I am fucking everywhere.
You are.
I am everywhere. You turn.
Yes.
You turn, you walk down the streets of San Francisco. I'll be there with a Bears hat. You turn in Oregon. I'll be there selling you weed. You turn and there's a movie theater playing Sung Blue with Jim Belushi. Or turn and see Chronology of Water, which I am everywhere.
You're Forrest Gump. You really are. Hey, here's another moment. Jim, when he was on Saturday Night Live, he invites me to go see the show. I go, into the studio in New York. I'm sitting there and he comes out, follow me. He takes me up to the band, which was on top of the stage.
Yeah, that was cool. What a fort. What a fort.
And they were all smoking dope.
Were they?
Yeah. They're all, because they were hidden. You didn't see them on camera like you do now. So they were hidden away. Like you said, it was like a little fort, and they're all smoking dope.
I don't remember them smoking up
Well,
there.
I remember it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I know they kind of hit it back then, but
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe they were. Yeah.
Okay, and you're still smoking the stogies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
You're
them.
not going to give that up.
You know, when I was on Letterman, he was smoking cigars at the time when that was very popular, right in the early 90s. And he would do a commercial break, and then he would lean over, and he would take a couple of hits of his cigar, and they'd come back, and he'd be, cigar free, and I'd be smoking. The next time I came on the show, I was smoking a cigar, and at commercial break, I said, "Where's your cigar?" He goes, "Oh, I had to quit." I said, "No. How come?" He goes, "I was up to 14 cigars a day. 14. And I go, "That's impossible. How do you get to 14? He goes, "Wake up in the morning, light a cigar. All day long, cigar in my mouth." And he goes, "I saw Alan King. He had his jaw removed because he had, he goes, I just had to quit." And I went, "Geez, that's terrible." Then at the end of the show, I got up to leave, and he goes, "Wait a minute." He walks off stage, he comes back, and he gives me a box of Cohiba Robustos.
Those are Cubans, right?
Yeah. And the Robusto at that time was the sought-after cigar. And he handed it to me. And he goes, "I know that I can give this to you because you will appreciate it." I said, "I certainly will, David. I certainly will." But then, a year or two later, I actually counted my cigars in the box. I hit the 14. I hit the David Letterman 14 line, and I quit for 9 years.
And how many do you smoke today?
3
a day?
Yeah.
But you don't drink. I tried to coerce you to have a drink for the cocktail show, and you said, is that something that you had to get rid of?
No, I just, I was going through a divorce, the third one. And at that point, you go, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a heartbreak when a family breaks up. Even if maybe your spouse, you figure, okay, maybe it's time. But the devastating thing is that the family, the foundation of security for the children especially, breaks up, and it's a heartbreak. And I found myself drinking a little more. I was drinking Manhattans.
Attaboy.
And then at one point, I said to the bartender, I go, "How about a Manhattan?" He goes, "Sure." And he starts getting all this stuff. I said, "Fuck it, just give it to me straight. Skip all that other shit." And I started, I'd have one, but then I had 2. And then I had 3. And then I was like, okay, you are really struggling and you're suffering and you're really trying to put out that fire. I think the quickest way through it is through it. So I stopped drinking and stopped doing everything and just felt the agony of a family breaking. And I got through it a lot quicker. And that's why I quit.
You had 2 kids with your first wife, 2 with your third wife?
No, one with my first wife, 2 with my third.
And your son with your first wife. Here's another moment.
Robert.
I'm on an airplane many years ago. You walk on, you're holding a 3-foot tall Godzilla that you were bringing to.
Yeah.
I think I was coming from Los Angeles to Chicago and you got on, right?
Yeah, or New York.
One of those, but you got on.
New York, because I bought it in New York. I think I was doing Saturday Night Live at the time, or doing something, a play or something, but I brought that home to my son. Yeah, I bought it because I bought it down in the village.
Do I remember things or what?
Yeah, you got a good memory, man. Mine's gone. I don't remember shit.
Okay, that's all right. You have quite a robust career, though. I'll tell you, you're in 2 movies currently, and I know people know you from television because you had a great run on According to Jim.
Yeah, that was a run, man. I love that. Wow, was
Wow.
that fun?
Wow. So that's just part of what you've done. You've done a hell of a lot of movies. Now,
Yeah,
can I ask you this before we get into the current 2 that you're in?
yeah.
I assume that the process is producers want Jim Belushi for the part, so they call you. Or you hear about a movie being made, you want to be in, you say to your agent, I need to be in that movie, get me an audition. Do you audition still for parts?
You meet. Sometimes they want you to read. But these 2 movies that I did, I had worked with Craig Brewer before, and he wanted me, and I went, shit, yeah. Came out of left field, and then out of the blue, I got a call from my agent and said we'd like to send you a script. There's a feature that Kristen Stewart is directing, and she'd like you to play the role of Ken Kesey. I said, take it. Well, don't you want to read the script? Take it.
So it doesn't even have to be how much is it paying or any of that. That
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
care.
Yeah. You want to work with her.
Yeah.
Ken Kesey, that's the attraction.
Oh, yeah. It's like I got plenty of dough from, according to Jim. It's not about a money run anymore. It's about, what's fun, what tickles you. I told my agent, I said, don't give me any work. I said, give me a gig. A gig, man, or juicy, something fun, and something I get my teeth into, or people that are really cool to work with. And I mean, I passed on a lot of things this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Stuff that we'd know?
No.
Okay. Let's go back to the sitcom because that's in my top 3, 4 best jobs in show business to have. A successful sitcom. My God, that's the payday right there. That's where it just keeps right.
Well, yeah. Again, look, I always followed my passion and figured the money would come, and I figured right. Just stay in your passion, stay in your purpose, and all that stuff will come. And your agents get you the money because, again, I do it all for free because I love the Jones, the juiciness of the joy of the collaboration and the fun. I mean, According to Jim was so fun. Larry Joe Campbell is the funniest guy I've ever met. And Courtney Thorne Smith, so good. Kimberly, Mitch. We had a ball, Gary, a natural ball. So the money came, but it was never like a job. You know what I mean? We were doing Hamlet every week. We were just wanting to make every joke better and every moment better, and we'd laugh with each other. I mean, and then the money came, and I'm grateful for that for sure.
Do you go to the mailbox every year and there's a big fat check because of residuals for this? Like Seinfeld gets 60 million a year, I heard, a year on residuals.
Well, residuals and participation are 2 different things because residuals slowly go down. I don't get that much in residuals for it, but I do get part of my partnership money with them, Yeah, I get a nice check. I don't get $60 million
Okay,
check.
well, I'm just saying that's the top of the heap there because that's
those guys crazy.
But I got to tell you, Jim, I have been to LA to see some sitcoms filmed. I think it's fascinating. Maybe it's just my little mind that gets stimulated by this. I think the process, we all watch these shows, to see it made is really interesting. The economy of scale that they have and what they do is pretty cool.
I mean, really cool. And you know who came up with it?
Yes, Lucy and Desi.
Lucy and Desi. They created it. They created that efficiency and that you know that form is a wonderful form. I mean, you got to think of it. It's 22 minutes. Back then, it was 28, 29. But as years go on, the commercial time eats up 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. So you're doing a 22-minute sketch every year, every week. And it's difficult to write that. They have a full storyline, an A storyline, a B storyline. The 22 minutes is not a long time.
Right. To have it all pay off in the end.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the movies that you're in right now. Song Sung Blue. You are the tour manager in this movie with Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson.
Wow.
How did that part come about?
Garry, Craig Brewer, who did Hustle and Flow, by the way. Great movie. And I did a pilot with him like in 2015, maybe 2016, called Urban Cowboy. They did a television show called Urban Cowboy for Fox. And he was the director. And he had cast me in that. I can't remember if I auditioned or not, but we shot in Austin, and we had a wonderful time together. And the show never got picked up. And I don't know, when he wrote it, he said he thought of me. So I said, cool, man, let's do it.
I haven't seen the movie, but from what I've been told, that part, it's a small part, but you bring it. And what is that saying? There are no small parts, just small actors or whatever?
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do with screen time. I mean,
and that's what
I was only in about last night for 20 minutes, and it changed my career. I mean, you even think about John in Animal House. 20 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's only in Animal House on camera 20 minutes.
20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe, and a 90-minute,
Well, that's what I mean. It seems like he was in all of it.
Yes.
The tour de force that he brought.
Yeah, so you bring your energy, and people will remember it if they connect to you, and a way to connect with people is through humor for sure. And in Song Sung Blue, I get my laughs in it. I get my laughs.
And going back to about last night, I think you told me that Rob Lowe most days was hungover from all the women that he was with.
I told you that.
He's in the movie, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, I don't know about Rob and women. That's not my area.
I mean, just hanging out with all these women that were flocking to him, he's just kind of, it exhausts him. Just to be
he's
a good-looking guy like that.
Yeah, a good-looking guy like that.
Back in the day. Sure.
Oh yeah, they still love Rob. I mean, he's a beautiful man and really a good actor, man. They didn't give him credit back then because he was such a pretty boy. But I watched that movie and I go, Rob acted his ass off in that movie.
But I mean, I think what you told me, because you were there and you saw the attention this guy got, because he's Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Yeah, and he still gets attention. I mean, look, he's a very busy guy.
Yeah. He's
got a podcast, he's got a game show, he's got a TV show, he's got a book, he goes on the road and talks. He's busy all the time.
Have you been approached to do a podcast?
No, but I get people that tell me I should, and I go, I don't know, what am I going to.
But everybody in LA seems to have one. Every actor seems to have one now.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
It's an accessory you have to have, apparently.
I guess I don't know what I would call it. I could do one called Divorce Wars and just interview people about divorce.
Okay, you said from this review I read in Variety, which was extremely glowing about your performance in the Chronology of Water, that you had an epiphany personally doing this part of Ken Kesey, and you realized that you had to let some stuff go and come to terms with it just from doing that part?
Well, there's a line in it, Garry, and it's such a good line that was repeated twice. You know, this girl, it's a memoir, it's a real story, and this poor girl suffered quite a bit of trauma in her life. And it's kind of her journey. And she was a writer, and she comes to Oregon to visit somebody, and they said, you should take this class that Ken Kesey is teaching. And it really happened. He was teaching a class with 12 students for 1 year, and they were going to write a novel together. And he inspires her. He becomes a male figure, which she has trouble with all her life, that actually kind of brings her up in herself to believe in herself. And anyway, the line is, nobody is big enough to hold what happens to you. Nobody is big enough to hold what happens to you. It's in your hands. And he means it metaphorically, but he also meant it literally, that what you're holding inside of you is in your hands, meaning you can write what you're holding. Write it. Maybe people can understand what happened to you. And when I was doing that line, I kept thinking about, like, of course, nobody can hold what's happened to me in my life. I can explain and explain and explain it, but they can't hold that emotion or that suffering or that, even the joy in their hands. They can't hold it. Only you can hold it. And I kind of forgave everybody who never understood me. Because of course they can't hold what happened to me. Why would I get frustrated with someone that didn't understand me? They're not going to understand. They can't hold it. So I felt that what's happened to me in my life, you know, nobody can hold on. Nobody can hold it for me. It's in my hands. And the way I express it is through acting. That's my venue to express what I'm holding. And the point in the movie was she should write. And she did. She wrote this memoir that, again, this movie was made for. It's really a thrilling book. It's very unique writing. And she's terrific in this movie, the girl who plays the lead, Imogene Poots. And Kristen Stewart directed it.
This is her first movie that she directed.
Oh my God, this movie is like mind-blowing for a first director. Mind-blowing. I mean, it's an art piece for sure. And it's a woman's movie for sure. And Kristen Stewart is the highest level of focus and intelligence. I mean, I could tell within 3 minutes of meeting her, like, okay, this girl knows what she's doing. Good.
Wow.
Yeah, she was brilliant.
Well, the review in Variety, let me just read a piece of it. Jim plays Kesey. Let me put my glasses on because I write this stuff. I can't read my. Jim plays Kesey, nothing short of a revelation in Stewart. Nothing short of a revelation in the Stewart debut, her directing debut. You got incredible review on that performance. Ken Kesey, if people don't know, he wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, interesting, you know, because I had to study Ken. I've seen every lecture he's given. I've seen any footage. And, of course, I've read his works. And it's quite wonderful to watch him speak. He changed the culture. When he was going to Stanford, he needed money, and so he worked as an orderly in the hospital. Well, they put him in the psychiatric ward. Hence, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest came from that experience. But also in the psychiatric ward, they had a lot of experimental drugs to help these people with these severe mental disorders. One of those drugs was LSD. And he would steal the LSD and he would put it in a punch bowl and throw a party on the weekend. And these parties started growing. And then he had a little band that was just starting out then that happened to be now known as the Grateful Dead. And that expansion of those parties expanded to San Francisco, Big Sur, Los Angeles. And that LSD grew and grew and changed the consciousness of a generation. Hence the electric Kool-Aid acid test when he went across the country in that bus. They were tripping their brains out. But he is responsible for a change of culture. He took it from the bohemian world, from the Kerouac, Ferlinghetti, and flipped it into the hippie world. Really, he was like the first hippie. He created this whole kind of world. And when you hear him speak, his consciousness is so beautiful and loving, compassionate, humanistic, much like the experience that LSD actually brings to your consciousness. So he was quite a beautiful man.
What I did hear him say that he was too young to be a beatnik, but too old to be a hippie.
Ha!
He was kind of caught in that taint of what am I?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Plus, with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, when he got involved with the movie, the book came out in the early 60s, the movie in the mid 70s. And I read where he got $20,000 for the rights to the book. But then he had a falling out with the people who made the movie. He wanted Gene Hackman to do the Jack Nicholson role.
Yeah, but I think Gene Hackman turned it down.
Yeah, well, it worked out well for everybody anyway.
Well, I saw an interview with him. I can't remember if it was Cavett or Letterman or somebody. And they pressed him on the movie. He never seen the movie. And they're like, why? They played in Eugene. They had a premiere right there in Orem. Why didn't you go? And he goes, what they did with the story, he did not like. He did not like that they took the book is narrated by the big Indian. Mm-hmm. And they kind of changed the narrative to the Nicholson. And that just blew him away because it lost all his sense of what he was saying about society. And he said this line. He goes, why wouldn't you go see it? And he goes, you know what? Going to see that movie would be like if the Hells Angels took my daughter and was going to rape her in the parking lot. And they said, hey, you want to come and watch?
Wow.
Okay. He was a hell of a writer. I mean, what an image that is.
Speaking of a movie doesn't replicate a book, I mean, that goes on and on. It's a movie, and that's the way they like to sell things. It's different than the book, right? So that's what the producers do. Song Blue, there's some kerfuffle about the characters that Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson play. The son of that couple, the real son, wasn't happy with the outcome. Do you know about this?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that. I don't know what son it was.
Now, Hugh Jackman plays, now he's not an impersonator of Neil Diamond. He's a tribute. It's a tribute to
an interpreter, a Neil Diamond interpreter.
Yes. And that's what he does. And then Kate Hudson interprets.
She was doing Patsy Cline. She was doing a lot of people. But when they did Lightning and Thunder together, they teamed up. It was a musical show that featured all of Neil Diamond's work and the Kate character, sang with them, sang backup, sang duets together. I don't think she did any Patsy Cline then. But they started out as, impersonators, and he was tired of it. He didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to be a performer. He didn't even want to do Neil Diamond because he didn't want to be an imitator. And she was the one that said, you don't have to do Neil Diamond. You can be a Neil Diamond interpretator, interpret his work through you. And he got it. And that's what he did. And it was taken from a 2008 documentary named the same. I think you get it on YouTube. It's hard to find, but it's quite remarkable. I mean, it's an unbelievable documentary. And I don't think, I'm really confused about this little controversy about the son, because I thought I read that it was his son. And I didn't see his son in the documentary or the movie.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what
Now,
I've been reading.
her son, I saw him at the premiere. So I don't know if it's the same guy, or I'm a little confused about it.
All right. Well, that one out there. Hey, how's the pot farming going in Oregon?
I stopped growing.
Why?
Oregon is the worst state to grow weed in. It's the best state, Northern California and Southern Oregon, for outdoor cannabis is like the Napa Valley for wine. If we ever are able to cross state lines with cannabis, Northern California and Southern Oregon are going to be the Napa weed. We'll be shipping it all over the country because it's just the air, 292 days of sunlight, the water, bagels in New York are great because of the water, right? Pizza in New York. The same thing with the weed, the water. I'm right on the Rogue River coming from the mountains, and I would feed it with that water. Perfect pH, by the way. But the problem is legally anybody can grow. There's too much weed. It's a state of 5 million people, maybe 400,000 smoke weed. The price of the pound went from $2,300 a pound to $600 a pound. And Garry, I spent $600 making a pound, because I had my name on it and the Blues Brothers logo on it. So I spent a little extra money on the nutrients and the greenhouses because I wanted it to be really good. So it just became impossible to break even,
So you still have the farm and you're just not doing anything with it?
I have the farm, and what I'm doing now is I'm cultivating my proprietary strains there. I keep all the mothers there because I have very specific strains that nobody else has. I mean, if you ever watch the show Growing Belushi, you see I went to Peru to get the Santa Monica Gold, the Punta Rojos, the Mango Beach. I went to Big Sur and got the sage. Ooh, sage. This is great, great, great weed, like old school weed. Remember all those movies and pictures, the 60s and the 70s, all those hippies dancing around drums, having a fun time, like Woodstock and all that?
Yeah, Ken Kesey. I saw him dancing.
You're right. It was that kind of weed. It was like more of a sativa, fun, opposed to the heavy, heavy stuff that they have now. I mean, I have some of that too because the audience wants that. But so right now, that's kind of the cultivation center for my research and development on specific strains. But I'm licensed in 20 states. So I just opened up in Illinois this past month with the Belushi Farms, the Blues Brothers, and Big Sur Holy Weed is another brand. Yeah. That's the sage. Yeah, sage is really good. It's a sativa. And people are leaning towards sativas now because I think they're getting tired of getting blown up. you know, hitting on the couch. I mean, some people have high THC levels, doesn't matter. But me, you know, I take one little hit off of the other weed, the indica, you know, one, see if I can manage myself, you know. But the sativa I could smoke because, you know, it keeps you active, it gives you energy, you can talk, you're still charming, and you get a little high. There's a difference between getting high and getting stoned. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I like to get a little high, you know.
Right. And then wash it down with a stogie.
Absolutely.
And the Blues Brothers still on tour every now and then?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Danny and I are dancing our asses off. Yeah, we have a ball.
Is your daughter in the band? Did I read that?
Yes, Jamie. Yes, my lovely daughter. Oh, my God. She is in Nashville. She's a songwriter, singer. She's been there for about 2 years now, almost. She's putting out an album in February of original songs, and she joined the Blues Brothers, and she sings about 4 songs with us. She's fantastic.
That's got to be pretty cool.
I'll tell you what was cool. She sang the national anthem at Wrigley Field, right? But she sang the national anthem at Wrigley Field when she was 13. But she put it up on her site or whatever. The Detroit Lions asked her to sing the national anthem, and then the New York Giants asked her. So she's singing the national anthem. That's a tough song in front of like 80,000 people.
I know. I get nervous watching it on TV when people do it.
Right?
That's great.
Yeah, she's a talented girl. We sang New Year's Eve together. We've been singing a lot together.
That's good.
It's such a joy, Gary. I love the girl so much, and she's so beautiful. And I mean, she's actually physically beautiful too, but she's just I don't know where. I said, you know, you must have had like 6 lives or something before this, because I don't know where in your soul you pull out this sound. And the words you come up with is like you're very experienced when you're not. You know, I thought the same thing with Kristen Stewart. It was like, this girl, I don't believe in reincarnation, but this girl must have had 10 lives before this one, because she is so soulful and knowledgeable and just understands relationships and dynamics between people. Like, for a 35-year-old, I was like, wow. This girl's way beyond her years. Her soul is very old.
Speaking of reincarnation, in this article in Variety, you said that you're having dreams a lot of John and being on stage with
let's
him
rephrase that. Let's rephrase that. I'm not having dreams a lot about John.
How would you phrase it?
I would say, yeah, the way they ask the question, I go, yeah, I've had a couple of dreams about him. It's nice to have a little visit from John. It's sweet. It's a nice meal. By the way, I have dreams about my grandmother and my dad and my mom. It's like, to me, it's like they come and do a little visit. But I'm not having dreams and about my brother. No, that's not.
Okay, I
didn't
mean
God.
Okay.
Yeah, they heighten the drama of it.
Yeah, I know. That's the way it read.
I know. It's like, come on, guys.
Okay, all right.
I mean, an innocent question can be, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a sweet answer, and they made it into a drama. So I was like, well, whatever, the writers.
Well, they also said your performance feels less like acting and more like exorcism. That okay?
I think that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that means there's a lot of feeling that came out. So, but as an actor, that's what you do, right? Yeah. You want to, if they're feeling something, then you're doing it right, And if you want to call it exorcism, sounds good to me.
All right. Well, they got that one right then. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, it's always a pleasure. And
we're done?
Well,
I talk too much.
No. I wanted to cover stuff that is happening right now, so we're up to date, and you'll be back, so we'll keep going.
Oh, Gary, I miss you, man. Thank you so much for having me.
I know we've had over the years so many encounters and this and that that are fun and so memorable, and I'll always cherish that. And your brother John, I was fortunate enough to spend time with him.
Yeah, he was cool.
Oh,
but I want you to be careful when you're driving because you never know when I'm going to cross the street in front of you.
You might. I'll never forget the moment my partner Steve and I are doing our show at the Carnegie Theater in Chicago in front of about 400 people, 7 a.m. I go out to the lobby and John is in the lobby. He had just filmed a Blues Brothers section that night, and he heard we were doing the show, and he was in the lobby, and I said, John, will you come up and be on the show with us? And he did. And when he walked in, the place went crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I was at Second City one time, and he entered one of my scenes. The audience went so mad we couldn't even continue with the scene because they just didn't stop.
Yeah.
And he finally said, "Come on, let's get out of here." And we left the stage.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Powerful.
All right, Jim, and have fun Sunday. We'll probably see you on NBC cameras because they like to show the Vince Vaughns, the Spike Lees, the Ashton Kutchers.
Yeah. Well, maybe. You never know.
Hey.
NFL does not like to do that, by the way. They don't like to show people because they don't want any competition, you know. But they do they are the stars. NFL is the stars, you know.
Yeah, okay.
But if it's NBC and any of these actors are doing something for NBC.
Yeah, cross promote. Yeah.
Yeah, then they do that.
Okay. All right. Jim, talk to you.
Talk to you. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. All right.
Look, I'm disheveled. I just listened to the interview and I'm disheveled. That was awesome.
It's one of those things where when you have that many years go by and all the stuff that happens in your life and that quote, Leslie, really that is from the movie. Nobody is big enough to hold what happens to us. That says it, right?
It's true. It's very true. And you know, that's what I love about this format. When we were back on the radio, we'd have good interviews here and there, but you know, you're kind of a long form guy. You're a mid form guy. And invariably you get to like the meat of an interview and then it'd be like, let's break for news, traffic, weather, and sports. And then the guest would be ushered out by their people and that would be the end of it. But isn't it so nice to really be able to tap in and spend some time with somebody and really get a feel? We were down to that much cigar at the end. That's how much was left.
The whole stogie was gone.
That's pretty cool.
What I was talking to him about, the Rob Lowe thing, and I think he did mention to me years ago where he couldn't believe the attention to watch it up close is what I was saying. It's pretty, because here, and I have to name drop.
You know, and you weren't indicating that Rob Lowe was with tons of women.
It was the attention that he was hung. It was like,
and
my God, it just keeps coming.
Right.
And I witnessed this in Hawaii. I know this sounds like, oh, Mr. Hawaii and with Michael Douglas.
Tell us about how popular you were.
No. Let me just cut to the moment of, wow. So I got to have dinner with Michael Douglas, and we're in this restaurant, and the women would just keep coming up to him. This was about a month before he won the Oscar for Wall Street.
Oh, right? He was only like at the
This is
top of his game at that point.
And just to watch, what I'm saying is when you are close to it and see it, you hear about it, but to see it is it's hard to describe what happens around these people.
You know, and while on some level it's got to be really cool to have that much endorphin boosting going on, with all that endorphin boosting going on, there's going to be a downside to that it's tiring. I'm sure tiring, and I only dream of having somebody that kind of adulation. But that's what's cool too, is the idea of reaching that point in your career where you're doing it for love of the game, like I do for this podcast. You do it because you love it, because it's a part of you, and you're not doing it just to see what you can milk out of this thing. And that's something we've talked about with like so many shows where they just keep milking it and milking it and milking it and killing the entity in the process. Yeah, it's kind of.
I like doing this. I've only had, I don't know if you call working at a drugstore a real job. I did that in high school, and then I worked construction for 2 years, and then I went right into radio. So I've been doing this just about all of my working life.
Right.
I don't really have any other skills that I know of, and maybe people think this one is questionable, but you're right. It's one of those things where it's kind of our DNA. This is it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that vortex where I saw him on the next, to have that line up like that is pretty crazy, right?
Well, and let's face it, you could have ended his career right
I
then
could have
and
run him
there.
over. But wait,
And
you were in
that's
New
the
York
end of
20
Jim
minutes
Belushi.
ago. How'd that happen? All right, next week, the show
By
business.
the way, this is Tula. It was Angus at the beginning of the show. Tula's
okay, know your cat tails. Next week, we continue with our show business friends. Dieter Sturm will be on because he's making these movie vignettes, some kind of, it's called Snow Sharks or something. He's doing it, I think, on AI.
Okay. I'm hoping that what I saw him post on Facebook yesterday was AI, because we have learned that Dieter in his spare time likes to feed the wild raccoons around his home in the Great White North.
Dozens come up to his back door.
He's holding easily a 25-pound raccoon in this picture. And I'm thinking, you are that close to having rabies.
Oh my God. Well, we're going to find out.
Okay. Because
and Jenna will be here.
Well, and these days we don't know what's real and what's not, but damn it, man, if that's a real raccoon, they can turn on you in a second.
Well, he showed us that video, dozens at his back door waiting to be fed. So maybe they've given him a pass on rabies.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He is our leader. We love Dieter.
Leader Dieter. Hey, we got to set up the giveaway and get moving here. So what do you want to do?
Why don't we, I'm going to make it a little complicated for Ryan here. Sorry, but let's go Song Jim.
Help. Song, S-O-N-G.
S-U-N-G, yes.
S-U-N-G.
J-I-M. So Song
Jim will be the phrase that pays. So put that in the queue right now,
Jim.
ladies and gentlemen.
S-O-N-G.
Yep.
S-U-N-G.
Yep.
J-I-M.
Perfect.
We have to double check because Ryan does a lot of voice to text. And even like moments before we went on this afternoon, he texted a thing. And like, I'm pretty good with the Ryan scramble board and figuring out what he's trying to tell us.
Nope.
There you go.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Put that in the queue, and Leslie's going to show everybody what she's giving away here.
And I'm finding that Dieter raccoon picture.
Okay. Trying to figure out what Ryan says a lot of and he sends us stuff about like these like couples,
these private club
sexy parties.
This one he texted today, some guy he knows is going to a chocolate party where women
chocolate dip party and
women are covered in chocolate.
And I'm not asking for them to tell me any of this. This is all just drops in my lap. Literally.
Because you are a kook magnet.
I thought I had been around the block a few times, but everything he says I've never heard of. It's unbelievable.
And so with that, I'm like, the idea of getting involved in something like that, but like, how about a sexy trivia night or
there you go. You came up with great ideas.
Sip and paint. And yeah, so I think Brian Sheridan and I might have a new business model coming very soon.
Nice.
And it's going to be sexy sipping and paint.
And there's the Oh Yes t-shirt.
And that's our Brian Sheridan right there, along with Matt Publikas and Doc and all the other wonderful
Tyler,
members.
the whole
Katie.
crew.
Oh, what a great house band we have, including their stickers. Well, and that's a Bond Journey because that's their other project. And some bracelets and the special edition Brian Sheridan glasses. let's see. We were talking about Autistic Barbie. There's a new one out now, and she's got like some accoutrements, including noise canceling headphones and a fidget spinner. So this is like a fidget spinner for adults. It's just a tactile thing that you
Like
press
popping bubble
and
wrap?
pop. Yep, and it's yeah, and it's a keychain. So I got that for you. It was Mike who went to Mexico and brought us back cool things, including these coasters from Tequila, but they were made in China. I took the sticker off this one because it seemed inappropriate. Hang on, Tula, honey. Leslie Dose sent us all sorts of cool new stuff. Do you remember these toys?
What is
where
that?
you fill it with water and then you press the little buttons and try to get the little hoops onto pegs.
Yeah. I always love those.
Those were so much fun.
Aqua Arcade. Nice.
Yeah. So she also is responsible for the House of Pins by Lucinda pin that I'm going to be giving away. Isn't that festive? Tracy from Wisconsin, our ball liquor mama, gives us that. We've got our latest edition of the GarrForce refrigerator magnet from Ellen Delinka. And
our producer emeritus.
What did you point out this week? We're in year 10 of this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, we started the 10th year of doing this.
Wild. It was thanks to Scott's Vintage Antiques that I got turned on to Fortune Telling Fish. I share that with you. We also talked about the fact that we haven't given a fuck recently. And so with that,
there it is.
We're going to give 2 fucks today. Yeah. So you can fill out your own little...
That one.
And that one. So I've got fucks to give. And then you can fill out these handy dandy cards and you can... What the fuck, fuck me, fuck yes, fuck off, fuck that, fuck you, and all the other fun things. And finally, the prize that started it all.
The condom. All right.
There we go.
Here's the dealio, because we're running a little long here. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
There's the picture.
Is that real? Is it
I think that's real. Knowing Dieter, that's real.
I know, and it's farking terrifying.
It's about 50 pounds of raccoon.
Smiling until it takes a... out of your face.
Wild animals are wild, Dieter. Be careful. Well, we'll ask him next week. Let's do a quick run of the sponsors, and then we'll get to a story or two, Leslie.
Yeah, about how castration is going to make you live longer.
American Elm Apartments in Elmwood Park, Illinois. New ownership, new management, and you can get an appointment to see the beautiful 1- and 2-bedroom apartments with the hardwood floors. Mention Gary Meier's show, get a free month of rent, call that number. All right, for the showing. Gary Meier's show for free, first month rent. All right.
That's a hell of an offer, you guys.
Yeah, that's
a great location.
Yeah. Oh, walk to the train. And this is that Volo?
Yes, it is.
An hour from Chicago, an hour from Milwaukee. It is a treasure, lots to see, 60 acres, ton of stuff. Iron Lung, Atom Bomb, Batmobile.
Okay, so our friend Brian Sheridan took a class of 15 to 17-year-olds there. He teaches a marketing class, and at the end of the semester, he handed out a questionnaire asking them what they saw as like the highlight of this class experience. The vast majority said the Volo Museum.
Yep.
How's that?
Yeah. These are people that have no attention span. Went, oh my God, was this cool? All right. And what's next, Ryan?
David Hochberg?
Yeah. Mortgage. The rate's 3-year low. If you're in the 8s, call him to see if you can refi. There's the number. Licensed in 43 states. Equal housing lender.
Interest rates are under 6 in some cases if you qualify.
Yeah, lowest in 3 years. So check it out. If you were waiting, don't wait. And Buddy Bear Car Washes in the Chicago area, they've added 5 new locations. Some are in the suburbs. Give your car a bear hug. All the music you hear is provided by Oh Yes and Bon Journeyed, and they are playing one of those configurations at the end of the month. Top of the hour, news, weather, traffic, and sports back in 15.
Thanks for stopping by The Loop, FM 98, WLUP Chicago.
Okay.
yeah.
What do you got, Leslie?
Okay, so let's see here. I love this one. It's award season in Hollywood, and we're going to hear way too much of this in the coming weeks. Well, and with that comes the occasional upset, perhaps none so amusing as the one that occurred at last week's Astra Film Awards. That's where a dog named Indy edged out a field of humans to take home the prize for best performance in a horror or thriller. This for his role in the movie Good Boy. So, mind you, Ethan Hawke, Alison Brie, Sally Hawkins, Sophie Thatcher, and Alfie Williams had to smile and make nice as Indy and his owner, Ben Leonberg, accepted this coveted award. In a pre-taped acceptance speech, Leonberg spoke on Indy's behalf, saying, quote, "Indy is honored to accept this award, especially knowing that he's standing alongside performers who didn't even need to be bribed with treats. It's the first time in the Astra Awards' 9-year history that an animal has been nominated for an acting award, let alone taking home the big win."
And I'll bet his speech was the best speech ever. I'd watch that.
Well, and it's supposed to be that, I mean, at some point they were talking about what happened, like how to get some of these reactions from the dog. And it took Mr. Leonberg months and months. And in some cases, what was him getting his belly rubbed looked like something terrifying thanks to the magic of movies. And some bad under music, that made him look just horrible, but he's a good dog.
Good dog.
Good dog. So what was I saying about, a new study finds that when it comes to most animals, preventing reproduction is linked to longer lifespans, humans included. This latest conclusion helps confirm the evolutionary theory that species must divide limited energy between reproduction and maintaining the body. Less reproduction, the longer the lifespan. In a study of 117 mammal species, those who've undergone permanent sterilization lived about 10% longer than their reproductively active counterparts.
I saw that Dennis Miller special that he did many years ago on HBO yesterday, and he did that line about this woman in Peru, had 23 kids. It's a vagina, not a clown car.
Not a clown.
Cha-cha.
Do we want one more?
You want to save it or do it?
Well, I teased it, but...
What is it?
It's the fact that an interesting medical case just came to us out of Utah. That's where a man named Stephen Chase, look at me, I'm doing it, recently awoke from surgery, speaking fluent Spanish, despite having only a minimal grasp of that language prior to anesthesia. It's not the first time it's happened to him either. Mr. Chase's first experienced this sudden language change at the age of 19 after undergoing his first knee surgery. According to witnesses, he was able to converse in Spanish for about 20 minutes post-op before reverting back to English. Then there were several surgeries after that, each with the same Spanish results. And now at the age of 33, it's happened to him yet again. He swears he has never gotten beyond beginner level Spanish classes in high school, which leaves him boggled as well as to why this post-op phenomenon is taking place.
I'm having a colonoscopy in a couple of weeks. I hope to speak French when I come out of it.
Well, and if not after surgery or a medical procedure, when you get hit by lightning, isn't that when it happens?
That's the other one, where you get the smoking shoe, the funny hat, and you speak German.
And there you
Never
go.
spoke before.
It's turning lemons into lemonades.
That's everything that you think might be bad could have that beautiful side. Yeah. Are we ready, Ryan, to hit the button? All right, here we go. Dan. All right, Ryan, what should Dan do?
Send your USPS mailing address either via text 773-888-2157, or you can send it via email, GarryMeierShow@GarryMeier.com. And Leslie will get your package out pronto.
And as discussed this week, the post office is still catching up from the holiday deliveries. So who knows?
I have to say, the girls at the Westmont post office were actually in such a good mood. And apparently the prices that were sent out this week are going to arrive in proper time. Yeah, unlike your post office. But with that, also know that when you do receive anything from us, the return address on that package is that of the Westmont, Illinois post office. Do not send correspondences
to us.
They will throw it away. Talk to us. We've got a mailing address.
All right. That's it for this week. Next week, as I mentioned, Dieter Sturm and bartender Jenna Diddleston.
If he hasn't gone through rabies.
If he's not going through, yes, rabies protocol. My God, look at the size of that thing.
No, it's a 30-pounder. That's a good 30-pounder.
All right. Here comes the cannoli down the aisle. It's delicious and complimentary. Please take it. How do we get through a winter weekend with the schnauz?
Keep that schnauzer away from Dieter Sturm, because there's some wild happenings north of the Cheddar Curtain.
Keep it away from the raccoon. 3 in the green, gear is down, flaps are down. We'll talk to you premium members on Tuesday if you can. If you haven't already, GarryMeier.supercast.com. The voice of the globe, America's podcast, the GarrForce, has landed. Thanks for watching.
We have landed. 55610, search 1, Frankfurt 72 about.